So I want to check if the first person option is actually. It's only on Save the World. Ah, jeez. Anyway, so first I'm gonna be changing my sense. Good. PC settings.
You're a superhero, though. You probably do awesome stuff like this all the time. Oh, not exactly like this. You ever been in a car chase? I fly, dude.
Hey guys, so for this video, I'm going to be making an updated keyboard and mouse settings guide for Fortnite. The last time I made a video about this was probably like 6 months ago. Regardless of whenever it was, a lot has changed since then. Don't you worry though, because I'm going to cover everything. From colorblind modes to new ways to find your optimal sensitivity, I am literally going to cover every keyboard and mouse setting you can think of. Because of that, this video may be a little longer than usual. I always recommend you watch until the end. I feel like way too many of you guys do not do this, and then you have questions that you DM me on Twitter or Instagram. Obviously, I will help you on those sites, but it's better to just do it here by watching the entire thing. So with all of that being said, strap yourselves in, because these are the best Fortnite settings for keyboard and mouse. Alright, as you can see, I'm in creative. My hand cam and face cam are in different spots. Only reason for that is because when we go into the settings, which we'll do in a minute, I would block them if I was on the left side. Gotta be on the right side. What I wanted to say though was that I kind of clickbaited you all with the thumbnail. In it, I have the red Air 58 and the GK61. However, those of you looking at the hand cam probably noticed those are both not on my desk. This keyboard is the Razer Huntsman TE, aka the TKL edition of the Huntsman. It's basically a bigger version of the GK61. It feels pretty similar to it. I'm using it because it's way better to edit videos with. I need a delete key and I need the arrow keys. Then the mouse is the final mouse I just reviewed, the Ultralight 2 Cape Town version. Go watch that video if you've never heard or seen this mouse. A ton of pros use it and I really like it because of how small it is. It's also the lightest mouse in the world and fits my grip pretty well. Anyways, let's get on to these settings. Starting at the top of the first tab, the video settings, you want to play in full screen mode. Windowed is not good. Windowed full screen is not too bad. However, full screen is the best. In the description of the window mode, it quite literally says full screen mode will make your game run slightly faster. Here's some proof if you do not believe me. We're on windowed mode. It looks terrible. There are literal black bars. And as I crank, I can already feel so much input delay. Oh my god. My frames say 240, but it does not feel good. Windowed full screen is not too bad. However, full screen is the best, so use that. Next up, resolution. I play on native 1920 by 1080. If you do not get stable frames, I highly recommend 1600 by 900. I'll apply it so you can see it. It does not look too bad. It's a little bit blurrier. Builds look a bit more pixelated. But see it? It does not look too bad. It's a little bit blurrier. Builds look a bit more pixelated. But my game feels snappier. My frames are pretty consistent. Woo! It feels just as good native. Same thing goes for 1280 by 720. It's just gonna look way worse, a lot blurrier. I'm telling you though, if you're not a content creator like me who needs to make their game look nice, definitely play 1600 by 900 or 1280 by 720. Tons of pros play this res, including Bizzle and Stretch, so there's really no need to play this high up unless you're making videos or streaming. Frame rate limit is an interesting one because Epic just put out 360 FPS. I don't even think I get it in creative. I'm almost getting it. I think I get it if I stand still. There we go. 360 stable FPS. I would not get anywhere close to this in a real game. The rule that you should follow for your frame rate limit is that you want to put it one higher than your hertz or your refresh rate on your monitor. I play on 240 hertz, so technically I should be on 360. However, that's way too high up and would cause micro stutters. You guys on 144 hertz, you should play 160 because it's one higher than 144. 120 hertz, play 144 FPS. 60 hertz, you could play 60 FPS. You could also play 120. Console guys, you don't really have a choice. Just do not go all the way up to unlimited and do not go all the way down to 30. You're gonna get way too many frame drops using unlimited. Onto the graphics settings, I have brightness on the default of 100%. If you guys remember, there used to be a big issue where your game looked really dark, especially at nighttime. Luckily for all of us, Epic fixed it. You could see the game looks so much brighter, even the shadows look way better. That's why I play on 100%, not on what I recommended, which was 125%. If you want to, you can play 125, you can play 150. I don't play this high because all the colors kind of get washed out. I don't really like the look of it. In the end, it's up to you. You can go lower to 75. I wouldn't recommend 50. That makes it way too dark for no reason. You also get way more shadows. I would just stick to 100% or maybe 110. Do whatever the heck you want. User interface contrast is only for your settings, so it just changes the contrast for all of these colors. You can even see when I apply it, my game looks the same. All of this stuff in your menu, your friends list, that's all it's for. 1.05 looks decent, but I'm gonna stick to 1 times. Colorblind mode, again, I have it off on 0 strength. This was mainly because Epic screwed up all the colors like I said before, so having no colorblind mode was the best. I believe Mongrel went back to
So this is how you can get all these new things, all this delivery food, all this new gaming stuff for a ridiculously cheap price.
Deuternope. Let me crank it up. It looks way better than it did before. The blues are darker, purples are more pink, even the greens are a little darker. Feel free to play this if you prefer it. Protanope, nobody really plays anymore. I know Bugga used to. This is definitely one of the more mild colorblind modes. Lastly, Tridanope is insanely bright. Your purple's almost pink. None of them really change how the storm looks, so I just keep them off. I'm basic, and that's what I prefer. Now for the graphics quality. The auto set quality option is the worst and most useless button ever. All it does is it takes your hardware, aka your PC specs, and then it spits out a bunch of really high presets that you don't ever want. So I'll press it. You can see it changed me to 60 FPS, all Epic. Worst and most useless button ever. All it does is it takes your hardware, aka your PC specs, and then it spits out a bunch of really high presets that you don't ever want. So I'll press it. You can see it changed me to 60 FPS, all Epic, motion blur on. Oh god. I'll apply it for the memes. Oh my god. What the heck is this? That is worse than console. And I love you console guys, but that is not good. What you should do is change the quality preset to low, and that changes